Thank you so much for checking out this free video. If you don't mind, please click like and subscribe.
We got to do it while Bob Cottle's still alive, for heaven's sakes.
All right, some Raw notes. We had a John Cena promo, and
it was long.
Man, brother, it was like he was waiting 25 years to just cut a generic promo. He's angry at the fans. They all suck. They're all losers. They're all horrible. They're all mean to him. He didn't like they made fun of his spinner title. Too bad, brother. It sucked.
No, it did. Wait, hold on. Time out. Time out. I know anything not the Winged Eagle is garbage to you, but I would say that the U.S. title spinner belt was great. The world title one, not so much, but the U.S. title one, fantastic.
Anyway, he vowed, and I still, 25 years, this is what he came up with. His goal is to win the title and retire with it, which he says will ruin wrestling for fans, for wrestlers, for everyone, because then they will have to make up a fake belt. What? What? How many frickin' fake belts? Literally, your spinner belt was a fake belt.
Doesn't his benefactor have a People's Championship that was fake given to him by the Ali family that he made for himself?
I don't know, man. So then Cody comes out, and he vows not to let him take the belt with him. You know, this would be a little bit better if we at least had one world title. We have two. Who cares?
I have a feeling we're just in 2 weeks of limbo here before we heat up for the last 2 weeks leading into Mania. I just think with Saturday night's main event, with Netflix debut, with a lot of the big boom of the ushering in WrestleMania season, man, I think we've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I wish probably 2 weeks could be lumped out of this because it's not awful, but it does feel like a lot of filling time.
We had some other stuff. Lyra beat Raquel in the Intercontinental title match via Cradle. And then she was attacked. Bayley ran down. Looks like a tag match incoming. So they did something that I actually thought was quite clever. They're doing a match with Jey Uso. And him and Jimmy beat Waller in theory. And then afterwards, Gunther runs in. So Jey goes to the corner to spear him. But he slips. And this allows Gunther to guillotine him and ground and pound him and beat him down. And so the story is that Jey doesn't have his head on straight. And so a couple of weeks ago where he did that dive that he does all the time and he screwed it up and he almost fell on his head and killed himself. Now they're trying to claim that that's like their storyline explanation for it. It wasn't an actual botch. It was a planned botch. But they're not saying that, obviously. It's just like they're trying to cover for him almost killing himself. Yeah, he's Sabu now. So anyway, Jimmy gave him a big pep talk. This Jey, he says, this clumsy oaf, he ain't beating Gunther. You better get your head on straight, brother. We had a Adam Pearce segment where essentially he made it very clear, you can't just sign a contract, Rhea. This is not official. It is still Bianca and Io at WrestleMania. So Bianca comes out, and Rhea comes out, and Io comes out, and they all argue. And Pearce finally says, next week, Rio versus Io for the title. Rhea versus Io. Winner gets Bianca at WrestleMania. So they're very much teasing it's not going to be a three-way, but we all know it's going to be a three-way. We've got a lot of multi-person matches.
Rio is hungry like the wolf.
El Grande Americano and Dragon Lee was great. That match was great.
Yes. During the commercial, it was really great, too, for those who didn't get a chance to see it. They were doing stuff during there that was fantastic as well. So when you throw the gimmick to the side, Chad Gable working with all of these guys is great.
It's not just that. It's like, we mentioned Harley Graham, but that's purely a silly gimmick. El Grande Americano, Chad's actually trying to do Lucha Libre. He's doing the El Santo flying headbutt, and he's doing he tried a diving Rana off the I mean, he's trying to do Lucha Libre as part of making this gimmick work.
Wait till he has a running rope walk. That ought to be something.
Made a Punk promo, which is pretty good. No Roman, no Seth. But he wants him in London. And the main event was Braun Breaker and Penta for the Intercontinental title, which was a very good match with a stupid DQ finish. And Dom ran in. And basically the idea is that Dom wants Penta to join to the Judgment Day. So he gave him a chair, and he wanted him to clobber old Braun Breaker. But instead, Penta threw the chair at Dom and super kicked him in his face. And then Finn destroyed Penta. So we might actually get Penta and Braun versus Dom and Finn, which is a bizarre match, but I'll take it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. In the end of the day, it was like a solid show. But like on the road to WrestleMania, you expect a little more than just, it was a fine show. If you love this show, you should consider signing up at WrestlingObserver.com. WrestlingObserver.com has every show that we have ever done. Over 15,000 podcasts in the archives, dating back to 2005. Searchable by show, searchable by year. Perhaps the first show you ever watched was 2008 WrestleMania? Well, you can head into the archives and you can find the podcast we did, all built around the 2008 WrestleMania. Every major show, whether it be WWE, AEW, we covered it all. 15,000 archived shows at WrestlingObserver.com. Also, when you subscribe, you get full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a new Observer every Friday. And on top of that, we have thousands and thousands of archived issues of the Observer dating back to 1991. So again, WrestleMania 2008. Go to the archives, search WrestleMania 2008, read all of the issues surrounding that show. Of course, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 40,000 words of news and information on pro wrestling and mixed martial arts every single week. New issue comes out every Friday. New back issue comes out every Monday. You also get the discussion board. One of the best discussion boards on the internet. It's members only. If you're going to troll, well, you got to pay to troll, and there aren't too many of those. And if you cause too much trouble, you're out of there. So if you want a great place to discuss professional wrestling, it is the board. Also available as a subscriber at WrestlingObserver.com. The whole package, all of the new shows, all of the archived shows, all of the new issues of the Observer, all of the archived editions of the newsletter, all of the past episodes of Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, The Bryan and Vinny Show, Figure Four Daily, Filthy Four Daily, The Board, all of it, just $14.99 per month. The full shebang, and you can save a lot of money getting an annual subscription. A full year, you basically get 2 months free. So check it out, WrestlingObserver.com, everything you'll ever need as a fan of professional wrestling. Check it out today, F4WOnline.com.